Okay, give me 1 second and let me share this to a few people. Give me 1 second, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day today. Uh, Happy New Year, and Merry Christmas to everybody. All right, let me see. How do I share this? Today we are going to be going over a new movement from the Silk Reeling, and hopefully everybody can enjoy it. Give me 1 minute. And let me share this to one more person. Make sure this sent through. Okay, great. All right, so let's start with our warm up. Okay. Now, like I've said before, the warm ups are just as important, if not as important, as the movements. Okay. For a lot of different reasons. So, first thing we're going to do is kind of push down and breathe out. Okay. And then breathe in. Put our right hand on top of our left, right by the Diantan, and put our mind in our hands. Good. Again, push down and breathe out. And then breathe in, right hand on top of the left. Put our mind in our hands. And let it all settle down. Fantastic. All right, so let's do some warm-ups. Okay. First, we're going to unwind the legs and the knees. Okay, we bring this down so everybody can see. Okay, here we go. So get on either leg, doesn't matter, right or left. Okay, you're gonna go out, then in, diagonally push down. Out, in, diagonally down. One more time, out, in, diagonally down. Good. Now for the next one, out, diagonally in, diagonally down. And when you do that, make sure you expose the side of the leg so the hip kind of folds in. Again, out, in. For the people who just got here, remember the warm-ups are just as important as the actual moves, okay? Again, out, in, diagonally down, expose the side of the leg. One more time, out, in, diagonally down. Make sure the butt's not hiked up. You're right there. Okay? The more you can keep your pelvis tucked, the better. All right. So let's start. So because this is a public live stream, we won't go over all the movements. Okay? But what we will do is go over one movement and then we'll slide into the new movement that we have been doing. Okay? So let me get this in a good position so you can kind of see my whole body here. Bring this up and bring this down. Let me see. Okay. Sorry, I just got some new stuff for moving in. All right. So let me push this back. Okay. So you can kind of see my whole body here. You don't really need to see my face. Okay. All right. So here we go. Now you can go on either side. Now make sure when you are in your stance The knees are pointed forward. Okay. And tuck your tailbone. Put one hand, the bent leg, same side right here. And you're just going to shift. Then you're going to shift again. And you can see as I'm shifting, I'm letting my upper body go. What a lot of people do is they try to control and contort the upper body. You don't want to do that for a lot of different reasons. But I'll give you just one. When you're able to let the upper body go as you shift, you're practicing an attribute or a skill that is in Tai Chi. Okay. For medicinal purposes, we hold so much tension in our upper body, and when you get a kinetic flow from the lower to the upper, it gives those stability muscles a chance to unwind and relax. Good. Now the way you shift will be different. Some people go side to side like how I am. Some people go around, right? It all depends on who you are, your body type, how tall you are, or what kind of stuff you've got going on during that day. Good. So let's start turning the wheel. Now, as I shift, I come up. Shift, come in. My tailbone is tucked. And for who this stream is actually for, remember, we're just nudging and we're focusing on landing. Don't worry about the stuff in between. Nudge and here. Then nudge back. I'm keeping my tailbone tucked. And I'm relaxing the upper body. My elbow joint is relaxed. My shoulders are down. My feet are facing forward. Like so. Now, we'll go to the other hand. Directly down and shift. See, what a lot of people do is they try to control the arms, try to contort the upper body. You don't want to do that. You just want to let it go. And you can see how it's coordinated. And the legs generate the movement, right? They land and begin at the same time. And my arm doesn't go before my legs. They go at the same time almost, even though the legs and the shifting are controlling the arms. Good. Now let's add the jing. You want to kind of hunch in and roll up like a whip. Okay. Straight, hunch, roll up. Now what's missing, as I've explained before, and a lot of other masters have explained before, in the Yang Tai Chi, is the jing, or the whip. And when you practice silk reeling, which is the foundational training of Tai Chi, you start to learn how to incorporate that for martial or for medicinal purposes. Okay, now straight now. Land on that right side. Take your left hand, hunch, shift, and roll up. Don't forget about the neck. Now I'm staring straight for the camera, but now you can see how it's supposed to go. And if you just got here and you haven't done the warm-ups, rewind it back for safety purposes. You can see how it's independent and then in conjunction. Roll up, in conjunction, independent. Good. Now let's add both hands. Okay. Here. Basically, you're doing cloud hands almost. But now, here, here. Shift and roll up. Don't control the upper body. Let it go. And don't forget about the roll up, huh? Hunch, keep your tailbone tucked, and roll up. Good. Keep going. Got a comment. Oh, hi, Danny. Well, your shoulder will. I actually use this to recover from whatchamacallit, rotator cuff injury. So this will definitely help if you relax your elbows and you relax your shoulders. Keep your tailbone tucked. Keep your knees straight. And just use the shift to carry you. Almost like you're pushing a boat down the stream. You don't need to keep pushing the boat. The water will take care of it. Now you can see how I shift. I don't control it. I just nudge and I let my upper body go. Now how you shift and the way you shift all depend on you. Keep the tailbone tucked. Good. Okay. Fantastic. Now if you need to get some tension out, do so. On the tip of your toe, go out, go in, diagonally down. Out, in, diagonally down. Switch on the toe, out, in, diagonally down. Expose the side of the leg so the hip folds. Out, in, diagonally down. Very good. Okay. And if you want, you can also do some of these and then go in and then go out. You can do the same thing. This is just as important as the actual form. Okay, fantastic. So for who this live stream is for, we'll go into the movement we've been progressing to. Okay, interlocking circles. So remember, we've got, just like the yin and the yang, we've got two circles going on. For right now, focus on one. We'll start with the simple movement first. So get on your right side, make sure your tailbone is tucked, and you have about 70% of your weight here. And your knees are forward and so are your feet. If you splay them out, that's going to put extra tension on the knees in a crunchy type of fashion. We don't want that right here. Okay, and this will give you a different type of stability practice. Okay, good. Now, take your left hand, put it on the belly, take your right hand and nudge, and that was my stomach, I'm hungry. Here, shift and come back. Now this may seem easy at first, right? Or look easy at first, but it's hard sometimes because it's a small circle as you're shifting, okay? You want to coordinate the shift with the circle, okay? Now, how I'm doing this is I nudge first, and I just let the nudge carry me. I'm right here, and you can see I don't start moving until after the circle is finished. Keep the tailbone tucked. here. Keep the elbow joint relaxed. And I'm right here. Shift, move forward, shift, come back. Keep the tailbone tucked. Okay. Now we're on the left side. Put the right hand on the belly, and we'll do the same thing. Shift, tailbone tucked, and back. Make sure you do a full rotation. Bring it closer. Then here. Here. Let's see how it fully turns. Fully comes back. Good. Here. Now, we'll add the jing to it. I'm kind of hunched in a little bit. I'll give you a side view. And then I roll up. I use the shift to roll up, and then I come back straight. Hunch, and I roll up. I don't just roll up, right? I use the shift to help my body roll up like almost like break dancing, right? But I'm here. Roll up, straight. Roll up, straight. Roll up and breathe in. Then straight breathe out. I use the shift to help me warm up, or roll up, sorry. Roll up. Now, we're on the right side. Put the left hand on the belly. Punch. Use the shift to help you roll up. When you finish with this class, you should feel like a very clear lake on like a really nice spring or sunny day. You'll be really sparkly on the inside, like you took a shower from the inside, on the inside of your body. Punch, shift to roll up. Now, if you get lightheaded, which is not really a problem, it's just a lot of oxygenated stuff going on, just make the movements really small and don't breathe in so deep. Good. Now we'll focus on the next movement, which is pretty simple. The hard part is combining them all together. Okay. Now, and don't be afraid to do this in between, as I explained before. So we are on the left leg. I take my right hand and I put it right in the middle. I shift and I just roll up. Now, how it looks basically is like this. Okay, my hand is going to leave the camera, but you just keep going all the way. Independent. Now, don't start shifting until this arm meets the leg. And you're not generating the movement from the arms or the upper body. You're using the shift. And just come up. Now, I'm looking at the camera. Ideally, you want to use your eyes and keep your eyes on the prize. Good. Keep the elbow joints relaxed. This is very meditative. Sometimes when I'm in deep thought or I don't understand something or I want to figure something out, I'll do silk reeling. And it kind of unwinds my mind. Shift. Again. Keep the shoulders and the elbow joints relaxed. Keep the pelvis tucked. And then I'm here. Now, how I do the turn is this right here. And then it comes up. Facing out. Turn out. I throw kinematics. Good. Now, here's the right hand. We're on the right side. Put the right hand on the belly. Take the left hand, shift, and use the shift to propel your arms. That should feel really good. Then come in, keep the pelvis tucked, and focus on just nudging and landing. Don't worry so much about the in-between stuff. Just focus on the beginning and the end of your destination. And just enjoy the middle process. It's yin transforming into yang, or yang transforming into yin. It all depends, right? For example, I can make this fast and then slow. I can make this slow and then fast. It really all depends on you. Good. And then here. You can see how my arm and my weight doesn't shift until it meets. Okay, now we'll start adding the jing. So I'm straight, and I kind of hunch in, and I use the shift to help me roll up. I shift and I'm straight. I hunch, and I roll up. Now, even though my arm is straight, right, I'm still have my elbow joint relaxed. Shift to roll up. Good. Now again, if you're getting buzzed, which is just oxygen, all you have to do is don't make your breathing so deep, right? I do want you to roll up. Good. Now the left hand is on the belly. Take the right hand and add the jing on the other side. Shift to roll up. Straight. Hunch a little bit. Now don't hunch so far that your weight or your upper body is over your hips. You just want to make a C shape. And then use that shift to help you roll up. Straight, hunch, because I have my tailbone tucked. And then I roll up, and I still have my tailbone tucked as I'm rolling up. My pelvis is always tucked. Good. Now let's learn how to combine both the hands. So all you have to do basically is you can focus on both hands, or you can focus on one at a time. Essentially, this is what it looks like, and then I'll break it down for you. So I can be, well, let me just show you first. This is how it looks like. Now, this may look pretty simple, but I assure you it's a little bit more difficult than you think. Okay, so what's going on? Remember the first movement? This is called interlocking circles. Right? Remember this one? Now remember this one. Right? You're going to put them together. Pay attention to either the top or the bottom arm, and remember that movement. Remember this one and this one. Now, here it goes. Pay attention to the top arm. Now pay attention to the bottom arm. Okay. Now here's what it looks like a little bit more close up. Now, in order to go inside, this top arm is able to follow through because of the lift. Right? It's almost prayer position, then down. Okay. All right, let's start it. So, we are on the right leg. Take the right hand on top. Let's start from, we're on the right leg. Prayer position. Now, take your left arm and put it down. Now, tuck the pelvis. Make sure your knees and your feet are forward. In. Up. Now, shift and open. Remember, this is how it looks like. My hand will leave the camera. Open up your body. Now, remember, when the arms come in adjacent to the legs, almost parallel, and then I come in. In, up, shift, shift back, and in, up, shift, rotate the hands, and as they come in, you shift in, up, follow through, and in, up, shift, and open the chest, and in. One more time, and then we'll go to the other side. In, shift, up, and back. Now we'll go to the other side. Here's how that happens. You see my right hand, it goes out. You see my left hand, it goes out. And then you shift. Now again, in, up, shift. Keep the elbows and the shoulders relaxed. And come back. In, up, shift. And back. Remember, if you're getting too buzzed, just make the breathing a little less deep. And you can go a little bit faster if you like. But the slower you go and the deeper your breath, the more oxygenated you're gonna feel. Okay? But I assure you this is really safe. There's just a lot of oxygen is being inhaled. In, up. Now I use the shift, right? It's not just and then I to my arms. No. In, up, shift. And then back. Good. Now let's try to go to the other side. See my left hand out. See my right hand out. Shift. In, up, shift. And come back. Now let's go to the other side. Out, out, shift. Now, left hand in, right hand up, and shift. Now let's go to the other side. Left hand out, right hand out and up. Shift. In, up, shift. Oops. Shift. Sorry. Now, out, out, here. One more time. In, up, shift. You can really extend and open and close. Let's go back the other way. Out, out, and shift. Very good. Okay, don't be afraid to do some of these. Remember, we go out, in, diagonally down, out, in, diagonally down. Okay, out, in, exposing the side of the leg and the side of the hip. Out, in, diagonally down. Very good. Okay, now we've already kind of went over those moves before. Now we'll introduce to you the next movement within the sequence. And it's very similar to interlocking circles. All you're basically doing is closing the hands afterwards. Okay. Now keep in mind there are two other movements after turn the wheel. Because it's a live stream, a public one, we're just going to go to the next one. Okay. So how this looks is very easy. It's almost the same thing. Now we're on the right leg, the left leg, and then you basically do the same thing, but you close the hands. And you go in, you go up, and shift with the hands closed. And then you hold the ball. Okay? So instead of here, you're holding the ball on this one. Okay? There's a few different things going on here. You're still hitting the same channels as the interlocking circles, but you add a little special sauce. When you clench your hands, you're pressing in on the Lao Gong points. Okay, and you're exposing and stimulating the yin channels and the yang channels when you clench your fists. Okay, that's as much as I'll tell you right now. Okay, so again, on the left leg, keep the pelvis tucked, keep the feet and the knees forward. Now, take your right hand, put it on the bottom. Take your left hand, put it on top. Now, you go in, you go up, and shift the weight. And shift it back. Now, it doesn't end there. You open your hands, and you shift, almost like part the horse's mane. And then you hold the ball on the other side, and you clench your fists. In, up, shift the weight. And then come back, open the hands, shift to part the horse's mane. Okay. Now, if you're confused on how to do that, okay, when I part the horse's mane, literally imagine a horse's neck right here. And here is its head, its hair. Okay. Now I'm not using just my arm force. Okay. I'm using the shift. Now I'm not going directly to the side, right? I'll show you sideways so you can see. Here's me completely facing adjacent to you, okay? I'm not just going right here, right? You see how I slightly angle when I'm right here, okay? And you're doing the same thing as I'm facing you. And I just hold the ball. I go in, I go up, and then I shift. And then I come in, open the hands, shift, and turn. Now you can start to see how building upon this foundational block will help you with the Tai Chi. Okay, it's almost asinine to just start with the Tai Chi form because you literally have to learn how to walk in a different way. Instead of going straight forward, you go in arcs. Okay, but you have to do it in a way where it's comfortable and it won't injure your knees. That's what a lot of people don't want to talk about, is that you can get injured from Tai Chi. Okay? If you don't know how to shift your weight between your knees, okay? You can easily twist your body too much in your knee. If your knee is too locked or not soft enough, that you can see how that hurts. Okay? That's why foundational skills in Tai Chi is very important. Okay? So, we'll start on the right side. Right hand on top, left hand on the bottom. Go in, go up and shift. When the arms come close to the body, shift back in. Now open the hands, shift first to part the horse's mane. In, up, shift, and come back. Open the hands, shift to part the mane. In, up, shift. Come back in, holding the ball with the fist closed. Then open, shift the weight, and come back. In, top hand in, bottom hand up, and come back in. Open the hands, shift the weight, and move. 2 more times, and that'll be it for today. In, up, come back in, open the hands, and here. In, up. Now remember, the basics of the shift are really important. You conserve energy this way. Open, here. Now, last time. Now let's add the jing. Okay? If you're feeling good now, just wait till you add the jing. All right? Now, in, up. Now, you're gonna shift. My pelvis is tucked. You're gonna shift and roll up with it. And now your body's gonna be straight as it comes back. Open, here. Hold the ball, clenching the fists. In, up, keep the pelvis tucked. Use the shift to help you roll up. And come back. Awesome. All right, let's put our chi back in. Right hand on top of the left. Slightly come forward. And then push down. Slightly come forward. Push down. Slightly come forward. And push down. Prayer position. Don't clench your hands too hard. Just right here. Right hand on top of the left. And put your mind in your hands. And just be natural. Awesome. Let's get the tension out of our knees, if there is any. Out, in, diagonally down, exposing the side of the hip. Out, in, diagonally down. Out, in, diagonally down. One more time. Good. And we can just come right here and do a few of these. And then go the other way. Come back up and go out. You're on your toe here. You're rotating the knee. Go in. Last one. On the toes. Rotating the knee. In. Rotating the knee. Awesome. Kind of shake it out. Awesome. All right. Hope everybody's enjoyed this class, especially you, Mark. and let me know if you got any questions. And remember, I am available anytime for anybody all over the world. 60 USD per month, teaching authentic silk reeling within the Yang Jung Ming lineage. And everybody, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that wonderful jazz. House of Kung Fu out.